Dr. Climax's fifth episode opens with Tukta and Nat driving home, scarcely able to look at each other, much less converse. As soon as the couple arrives, Nat's mother detects trouble in paradise. Nat returns to the newspaper's headquarters the following day. He is torn about what to say to Linda and feels conflicted. However, Linda is upset that Nat misled her, and even though he apologizes right after, her ire is unabated. When he uses her comments about being a free spirit to justify his actions, she becomes even more enraged. She gives him a slap and turns to go. Tien, on the other hand, is struggling to achieve an erection. He tries everything, but he is unable to get it up. One of Dr. Climax's letters, though, offers a remedy. A young widow describes her high libido and that of her late husband in a letter to the doctor. She describes in her letter a period of time when her husband experienced erectile dysfunction and they went to a private club that supposedly fixed him. She is searching for a partner with a strong libido who can match her stamina after her husband passed away. After reading the letter, Tien becomes intrigued and is determined to learn more about the hidden society that has the power to heal him. Later, he requests Permpol to keep the woman's contact information private after obtaining it from the letter. Tukta eventually finds Linda's jeans in Nat's house, and she begins to put more pieces together. She is offended by Nat's betrayal and wonders what to do. She reads a column written by Dr. Climax about a woman who chose to have an affair as retaliation for her husband's initial infidelity. After reading the doctor's response, she is even more incensed since she believes that men and women are not the same and that cheating back is not the solution. That doesn't stop Tukta from starting her villainous phase, though. She makes the decision to attend her high school reunion and is thrilled because her ex-boyfriend from high school inquired about her. Tension arises at Pornchai's home when his wife uses a vibrator to satiate herself after sex and refers to him as a one-minute man. She rejects Pornchai's attempts to slut-shame her. She makes fun of him for being a self-righteous man who is incapable of giving her pleasure. When things become too much for Nat, he informs Tien about his failed marriage while they are out to drink. He should move on from Linda, Tien says, but it might be too late. Tien urges him that he must address his issues. Nat is unsure if he can pull it off, though. Being Dr. Climax is easier for him than being Nat. They stumble while drinking, and the private investigator snaps unguarded photos of them. Nat takes the letter when he notices it in Tien's pocket at the same moment. Linda discovers that Permpol has been acting strangely at work ever since his salary was cut in half in the interim. She offers to buy him a drink, and she ends up becoming wasted. They share a moment before Permpol takes her home. But Linda begins to cry, and Permpol retreats. After receiving an update from the private investigator the next day, Nat's mother becomes concerned that Tien is her son's boyfriend and that her son is gay. She requests that the PI look into it further, but she never returns to the residence. They decide where to meet and she advises him to give it a call in advance. At work, Linda calls to request a leave of absence, and Chu concerns since Permpol isn't acting like his typical gregarious self. She informs Chu that she is tired and wants to go back to her homeland. Although Linda lies and says she came to honor her father, her mother is shocked to see her daughter. Linda won't talk, even when Linda's mother tries to get to the bottom of it. She is depressed and introverted for the majority of her days. We find out about the rape of Linda's mother during the tribute service. The man's wife, however, accuses her of luring her husband away. Because Linda is a living example of what her husband did, she despises Linda much more. Tukta meets her ex at the school reunion, but nothing transpires. All they discuss is the hypothetical. She encounters an unknown man as she enters a bar. After a series of events, they find themselves in a motel. The man is not Nat, and he teaches Tukta to another